Gentlemen, we have called you together to inform you that we are going to overthrow the United States government. Do you still think that jet fuel brought down the World Trade Center? Does anybody else see a problem here? If the government has nothing to hide, why are they so afraid to answer a few questions? This story does not add up.
To never forget 3,000 people that I've never met. We want the matches and all that we get. Some kind of shit about a terrorist threat.
The eye in the pyramid appears in many TV shows and cartoons.
What's this?
Well, from the looks of things, sir, I'd say they are here to audition for the remaining slot in the fabulous super race.
Is this some kind of a joke? A pussycat and a mouse? This show is about crazy stunts and people putting their lives at risk for a big fat prize. It's not a nature documentary. Irving, call security and have these two...
Sir, it's...
Greetings, your tinseliness, imperiously. By the all-seeing eye, we are worthy, we are not.
Sacred ritual.
The secret royal order of the Good Neighbor Lodge.
Gentlemen, we have called you together to inform you that we are going to overthrow the United States government. Do you still think that jet fuel brought down the World Trade Center? Does anybody else see a problem here? If the government has nothing to hide, why are they so afraid to answer a few questions? This story does not add up.
To never forget 3,000 people that I've never met. We want the matches and all that we get. Some kind of shit about a terrorist threat.
You know, being down here now, as different as it looks, I still have those visuals, those images in my mind, in my head.
We're on, as a nation, officially now.
The suicide bombers, it happens in Israel on a daily basis. Those are the things we have to be careful of now, we have to watch for now.
Do you expect suicide bombers?
Plane struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center 1 year ago. Hundreds of people have gathered here at Ground Zero to mark the anniversary in what is expected to be, we tell you that the anniversary ceremony will also include several moments of silence, marking the times that the hijacked jets hit the place roses on the site for a flower arrangement that will be turned into a permanent.
The all-seeing eye is one of the oldest hieroglyphics of the deity. The triangle also is a Kabbalistic symbol of the most remote antiquity. The descent of the mystic iron triangle in the form of a capstone to this mysterious monument, meaning the Great Pyramid of Giza, of all times and nations, is to us as a people most pregnant with significance. The motto, Novus Ordo Secularum, is a quotation from the 4th Eclogue, and was borrowed in turn by Virgil from the mystic Sylbiban records. The entire quotation is as follows: Novus Ordo Secularum, altered from Magna Secularum Ordo, a mighty order of the ages born anew. Both the prophetic Virgin and Saturnian kingdoms now return. Now a new progeny is let down from the heavens. Favor, chaste Lucina, the boy soon to be born in whom the Iron Age shall come to an end, and the Golden One shall arise again in the whole earth. Quoted from Chapter 14, Great Cycle, Global Grid and Multidimensional Physics, The Historical Perspective. The Iron Pyramid and other satanic signs also appears in many music videos.
Gentlemen, we have called you together to inform you that we are going to overthrow the United States government. You still think that jet fuel brought down the World Trade Center? Does anybody else see a problem here? If the government has nothing to hide, why are they so afraid to answer a few questions? This story does not add up.
I'm on a mission to never forget 3,000 people that I've never met. We want the matches and all that we get. Some kind of shit about a terrorist threat.
America has been hijacked. Not by Al-Qaeda. Not by Bin Laden.
Don't listen to me. Listen to your
And tonight there's controversy over an upcoming event at the Civic Center.
A Metro church will hold the first public satanic ritual ever. New at 10, Eyewitness News 5's Carla Wade has been busy.
It actually is, for me, an opportunity as a pastor here in Oklahoma.
To the ancient sorcerer, the hexagram was a powerful tool used to invoke demons. The pagans also used the hexagram and sometimes human sacrifice to
Let's get into some of the news. Well, nothing like having a chicken-necked globalist like Hillary Clinton, who flies around in armored Air Force 3s, making jokes and re-quoting and butchering Julius Caesar quotes of "I came, I saw, I conquered." She said basically, "We came, we saw, he's dead." And she magically arrived right on time for the killing of Gaddafi. They say they're going to bury him at sea. Lord knows if any of this is true. When you have a group of congenital liars telling you something, you would be a fool to believe them. But the video does look pretty convincing of him being murdered. And I'm no fan of Gaddafi, but he's a small-time globalist, crime syndicate, thug, tyrant, whatever you want to call it, and did try to actually build up Africa. As tyrants go, he's nothing compared to somebody like Hillary Clinton. And we all saw Forrest Gump hang out with President Kennedy. That was decades ago, and I'm telling you, folks, Forrest Gump isn't real, and that was a fraud as well. So let's go to this short clip of Hillary and the CBS News harpy. That's not fair. She's not a harpy. She's more of a banshee, joking about his death.
So, I mean, that is the land of unconfirmed.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died.
Did it have anything to do with your visit?
No, I'm sure it did.
You'll die too, Hillary. And I wish no harm upon you. I want you to live out a long life with all your evil. Anybody that has to basically gloat over people's deaths who you set up and who the West got to come in out of the cold and invest with Western companies and with Sarkozy of France and the leader of England as well, Tony Blair, and now you've cheated him and stolen tens of billions of dollars of the Libyans' money. And well, let's actually go to some of that news. Gaddafi's been killed without a trial, and we've also now have the before and after photos that we'll show you in a moment. There's a bunch of these online. Every major city of Libya that have the highest standard of living now in Africa has been absolutely decimated. There's one before and after photo, 2007 versus 2011. I mean, look at that wrecked city of Misrata, or Mistrata. And now the globalists will come in with our tax money and give it to globalist private corporations to rebuild it, the very people that destroyed it. So very dangerous development in globalism where they fund rebels, Al-Qaeda in this case, to overthrow a country, wreck the nation, and then they have a Nobel Peace Prize winner doing it. So it's supposedly all, wonderful.